Armenia is urging the United Nations to send a mission to Nagorno-Karabakh to monitor the security of ethnic Armenians there. Leaders say thousands of ethnic Armenians are without food or shelter. Azerbaijan has promised to protect human rights in the disputed enclave, which it seized control of this week. A ceasefire with separatists is still holding, but Armenia has accused Azerbaijan of planning ethnic cleansing.
The repetitive aggression of Azerbaijan against the sovereign territory of the Republic of Armenia and military attacks against the people of Nagorno-Karabakh significantly disrupts peace and stability in our region, massively violates human rights and humanitarian law, representing existential threat for Armenians. The international community should undertake all the efforts for an immediate deployment of an interagency mission by the United Nations to Nagorno-Karabakh with the aim to monitor and access the human rights, humanitarian and security situation on the ground.
Azerbaijan has been tightening its grip on Nagorno-Karabakh since its lightning military offensive, which followed a month-long road blockade. Now, badly needed humanitarian aid is starting to reach civilians trapped in the enclave, people who are growing ever more worried for their own safety.
Smoke rises over Stepanakert. The capital of Nagorno-Karabakh is a city in fear. Many parts nearly deserted as people hide or flee. Azerbaijan says the demilitarization of the breakaway region is underway. But what that means, no one knows. At the road linking Armenia with the enclave, almost nothing is going in or out, and that has some observers worried.
I'm certainly very concerned about what's happening in Nagorno-Karabakh right now. I think there needs to be some visibility. Certainly people are very fearful of what could be occurring in there, and I think the world needs to know exactly what's happening.
The first Red Cross convoy since the latest fighting began has arrived in the enclave. Some 70 tons of food and medicine. The organization says it was also able to evacuate some wounded Armenians. Meanwhile, Azerbaijani television has been showing images of abandoned ethnic Armenian trenches and military hardware. Its message is clear: the separatists have been defeated. But now many civilians in the region fear ethnic cleansing. Hundreds have sought shelter at a Russian peacekeeping base, despite anger at Moscow, as its peacekeepers did nothing to stop the Azerbaijani onslaught.
We are not going to stay here now. Displaced Armenians do not see a future in Nagorno-Karabakh anymore. All we want is for Azerbaijan to give us safe passage, a day in advance, to leave our homeland.
If her worst fears are realized, Armenians could soon be driven from Nagorno-Karabakh, where they have lived for more than 2,000 years.
DW's Maria Katamadze is at the Kornitsor Bridge following the latest development for us, and she joins us on the line. Maria, you are now at a border crossing into Armenia. What is the situation like there? Are people already entering into Armenia?
Well, yes, indeed. We are in Armenian city Kornitsor, which is very close to the checkpoint of the border between breakaway region Nagorno-Karabakh and Armenia. We have not seen yet the refugees crossing the border, but we have seen the ambulance cars and the Red Cross cars carrying humanitarian aid just passing by and heading to Nagorno-Karabakh. It's still unclear whether they would be allowed in, but as mentioned, the humanitarian aid has reached Nagorno-Karabakh yesterday. I talked with some of the locals there, and they're telling me, yes, there are reports about the humanitarian aid both from Russia and Red Cross, as well as Azerbaijan, but they're still telling me that they're in dire need of food, of water, and they have a very little access to electricity as well. So they're just hoping that the humanitarian corridor will be opened soon. And the feeling is that that's what the locals are telling me, that most of them, especially family in the capital city of Stepanakert, or Hakendi as Azerbaijani call it, they are ready to be evacuated because they simply do not feel safe when the Azerbaijani military will take the full control of the territory.
Yeah, they don't feel safe. You're just saying earlier we heard that Armenia accuses Azerbaijan of planning ethnic cleansing in Nagorno-Karabakh. Is there any evidence to support this claim?
Well, actually, this has been the official stance of Armenia since the beginning, and since the beginning of the Latin corridor blockade that started 9 months ago. But these are the claims that Azerbaijan denies fiercely. The truth is that at this moment we don't really know what's going to happen to those people, but from my experience of talking to them, they're saying that they want humanitarian corridor for the just simply for their safety. They feel like they're going to be. Some of them can go to jail or can be even murdered. And the reason for that is that, just to give you a context, every family pretty much every family in Nagorno-Karabakh has a man who fought in previous wars with Azerbaijan, and they're fearing that even though Azerbaijan claims that it will provide amnesty to those people, they still think that they're going to be at risk. And yes, also it's important to keep in mind that Azerbaijani do cares about the perception in the West. So at this moment, yeah, we cannot really say how, let's say, how. We cannot really say that the ethnic cleansing is going to happen, but the truth is that people are fearing that.
The fear is there. Well, thank you so much, DW's Maria Katamadze reporting for us on the Kornitso border crossing. Thank you so much.